one of the things about this opportunity has been, for me, the chance to meet and interact with other musicians. And so it's a pleasure to meet you. And we're just meeting today for the first time.
Sure.
And I met some people at the session, and I'm looking forward to meeting guys who you work with. And I think this is made possible by IYOUWE.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure I say that right. IYOUWE. And this, as I understand it right now, IYOUWE is a concept almost more than anything else. It's not a company.
Not a traditional label.
It's not a traditional label. It's a chance for various kinds of artists to get together and express themselves, and I guess it's being driven by Lenny.
Mm-hmm.
It's Lenny White is the sort of driving force behind this, and it represents that sort of collective vision and spirit that he values. But it gives each and all of us a chance to do something together, and I was wondering how you feel about that. It's different.
Well, as I said, I've known Lenny for a long time and worked with him in many different situations. He's a thinker, a very creative guy. He'll come up with ideas that you wouldn't expect, from a fusion drummer. And knowing it at heart that that he's really into the tradition of jazz. And the traditions of being creative, and so many of his own projects have been like that. And the projects that he's produced that I've worked with him on always have that area of the creative. It's got to be creative, or else it's not worth doing. So they've all been good experiences for me, learning. But I learned from everything. I'm still learning. I'm going to be 75 in a couple of weeks, and I'm still trying to figure it out, man. But I get there little by little. But what he's done with the IYOUWE label, as we said, is not a traditional label in that sense, but it's kind of like an umbrella that he's pulling creative people like you and I, and artists, if we could like to think of ourselves as artists, kind of pulling us together and giving us a framework where we can work together and do things together, and maybe get out into the public eye together in good, efficient ways, but maybe in ways that we couldn't do on our own. Like I know is this your first release this way? Or?
Yes.
It is. Okay. I've done several independent releases. My basement shelves are full of my independent releases that I couldn't sell on gigs, and I'll still have some left over from this project, but that's okay. It's I'm getting out there in a different way, and I know that it's going to be happening the same way for you. And
it's true, and I mean, one of the things that I especially like about this, it's a different model. I don't feel like, even though we are trying to promote the music that we play, it's not so much about the celebrity of it as it is about the music. And I feel that when I listen to yours. It's beautiful project, and I know, talking to Lenny, Lenny's played with a lot of very famous, legendary people, and he's played with a lot of people who nobody's heard of. Mm-hmm. And when you talk to Lenny, they all come up because it's all music, and they're all valuable. And I think that idea that it's representing a kind of a cultural statement is huge. At least it's huge.